Previously on Against All Odds. Over the past decade, global attention has been captured by magic, hula hooping, and mime artistry. However, we've neglected a fundamental art form, music, especially for those interested in learning to play the piano. Our upcoming guest, Tony Williams, a classically trained pianist, has spent the last 30 years making a living through writing and performing music. His sincere and genuine performances distinguish him. Please welcome Tony Williams.
To the show today, it's great to have you on.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I love the Greek culture. I love Greeks. I mean, it was the Greeks, after all, that invented the art of making love. It was. It was the Italians that introduced it to women.
Well, I've been playing piano since I was 12. When I was 12, and I tell this in my show, that I wanted to learn Für Elise by Beethoven, and that's what inspired me to want to play piano.
Yeah.
And it was something I stuck with, and I found that, I got into songwriting. So when I left school, I worked for a couple of years to get some money together, and then pretty much went into performing, and that's what I've done for my whole career. So.
So how do you approach learning and acquiring the skills to actually play a new musical piece?
Basically, it comes down to practice. Everything comes down to practice. If you don't practice, you start to lose those skills. When I was learning piano, I learned classical music. Piano today, in my show, I do this little spoof on classical music. But it's one of those things that you have to practice to maintain the technique. It really, whether it's magic, whether it's acting, it comes down to practice. Unfortunately, it's the hard work.
Yeah. What do you do mentally before a performance, and how do you prepare yourself before you get on stage?
It's funny, I don't know whether I do that much mental preparation. If it's a new show, then I'm just going through in my mind, especially some of the comedy, just trying to get the lines right in my head, because it's not something you can try out on people, although I do know some comedians who, will try out their material on mates and stuff.
Well, I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. Oh, baby, I said nothing is as sweet as you.
I always have that feeling of, not nervousness, but just that feeling of excitement, and before I'm about to be announced, coming on the stage, and all the lights are on and the piano's set in the middle and the band's there. I just think, wow, how cool is this, and the whole crowd's there.
The very first time I ever wore the hat, this very attractive young woman come up to me. She came in the break, and she said, "You look fantastic in that hat." She said, "Yeah, you remind me of someone famous." Oh, right. She said, "Yeah, Freddy Krueger."
I guarantee you probably like a lot of musical pieces and artists. What is one that stands out to you, and who stands out to you that led you on this path?
Well, I just can't go past people like Billy Joel and Elton John. They were such phenomenal, not just players of the piano and singers, but they were phenomenal songwriters. And sometimes people say, oh, music's not as good today as it was back then. I don't always agree with that, but when you do look at the lyrics and the songcraft of some of Billy Joel and Elton John and people like that, and you compare it with some of the lyrics of today, you know, their songs told stories, and that's what I love. I love a song that tells a story.
You know it suddenly appears. You know I should have known better than to put all my hope in you. 'Cause now you're gone and disappointment rules. 'Cause now you're gone and disappointment rules.
Do you have any advice that you would give to aspiring piano players or anyone in the music industry? Any tips, tricks, and what to expect while performing?
Don't do it. Not as a career, no. Oh, look, you know, sometimes it's tough. If you want to be a professional artist, performer, it's not always easy. There are times when, you know, like work is scarce, things fluctuate. Sometimes you can be traveling along really well, and other times, you know, like I sing in hotels and pubs and stuff, and so it's not always concerts that I do. And, you know, like you're competing against all the media up on the, you know, like the televisions and stuff. I would say to anyone wanting to learn piano, yeah, it's such a beautiful instrument, and it's easy to be able to sing and accompany yourself with, sort of like guitar. But yeah, piano just has that lovely feel. And once again, hang in there. You know, like sometimes so many people come up to me after a show and they'll say, "Oh, I used to play piano for a bit and then I stopped, and you know, I'd love to play piano again." And I go, "Well, you should, you know," but it's just hanging in there past that, you know, like that sort of basic stage until you start to feel that, yeah, now I've got a grasp of it. So yeah, once again, it comes down to practice.
And I knew in that moment I would survive.
I think what I have that I give is just a load of experience, a ton of experience. Yeah. Sure, there's up and comers, you know, like, and that's great. It's great that they're, you know, but they'll pay their dues the same as I have, you know. But yeah, what I bring to the table is an experience. Yeah.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you, and everything you do, and it was all yellow.
Thank you for being on the show, Tony. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no worries, Ryan. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
No
Thank you.
worries.